Welcome to today's Mindful Joy and Wellness Stretch. We're going to be using some blocks today to help us. If you have some blocks, you might want to go grab them and then restart the video with your blocks. If you don't have blocks, it's not absolutely necessary. It just makes it a little bit easier to reach the ground when we're learning these stretches. So let's inhale our arms up to the sky. Exhale down to the ground. Inhale peace during our time of stretching. Exhale any chaos your day of may contained. Inhale some joy. And exhale the tension. Great work. Let's do some crescent stretches. So let's inhale, arms up to the front. Exhale over to our right side. Inhale up to the front. Exhale over to the left side. Inhale up. You can always drop a hand here if you want. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. And exhale to the left. Inhale up. And now we'll add that forward fold as we exhale, slowly lowering our body into that forward fold. Exhaling down. Great work. Just notice how the backs of your legs feel today. Notice how the back of those hips feel. Notice how your spine is feeling and your arms and your shoulders. See if you can feel the mat through your toes, just connecting with this time on the mat. Let's inhale for that half lift, sending the crown of your head to the far wall. You're at a 90 degrees position here, sending that head to the far wall, engaging through the back of your hips here. Exhaling down into that forward fold. And let's inhale all the way back up into mountain, bringing those arms with us for a slight backward bend. Exhaling down. Great. Well, we're going to work on some lunges today. So let's start by taking our right foot forward and our left foot back. Finding a lunge that's happy and comfortable for you. Maybe it's a little bit shorter if you're working on your balance. Maybe it's a little bit longer if you want to press that heel away from you and get a lot of length to the back of your legs. This is where your blocks can be helpful. You can use them for balance here and find where you're getting some length and strength through your legs here. If you don't have the blocks, then you can lower yourself down to the ground if that's comfortable for you. If that's not comfortable, you can just stay in your high lunge here. Great. So let's breathe our arms up to the sky now. Inhaling up. And exhaling here. Inhaling. Exhaling our arms down to the front. Great. Let's inhale that left arm open ever so slowly for our balance. And exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's inhale that arm back to the front. And exhale our right hand behind us. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale that hand closed. Good. Now we're lowering ourselves down to the ground here. So if it's easier for you to just drop that knee, you can do that. If you like that leg long, you can send that hip and that foot away from you. So you're finding length through the whole back of the leg here. If you're using your blocks to add a little bit of length, this is where you can use your blocks at the high, the medium, or the low setting, depending on where you are today. Everybody dropping our back knee now. We're going to do our movement of our hips to stretch that hamstring. So send those hips back a little bit and find that length happening through your hamstring. And inhaling forward, we're just finding a little motion. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Good. If this is hard on the knee, you can always put a blanket underneath the knee to help support it. Using the blocks helps as well. If you're not able to do this position with your knee down, you can just practice sending that hamstring out in front of you. Very good. All right, let's meet in 90-90. So the back knee is at 90 and the front knee is at 90. We're inhaling arms up to the sky for that quadricep stretch. So this quadricep is lengthening right here. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the back of our throats. Inhale those arms up. And exhale them down. Just pointing them to the front of the room. We're working on our balance. Let's inhale that left arm to the back of the room. If you'd like to follow it with your gaze, you can. Using that core, drawing belly to spine. Exhaling. Inhaling it back to center. Exhaling, right hand behind you. If you'd like to follow it with your gaze. Inhaling it forward. One more. Exhale that left hand back. Inhale it forward. Exhale, right hand back. Bring it back to the center. Inhaling it forward. Great. And bringing those hands down onto the ground. We're going to take both knees down into our table position. So moving the blocks back here. Our table position is hands and knees. Let's do some gentle hip circles just to work out that muscles that we worked in your hip here. And the opposite direction. Just finding mobility. Great work. All right. We're now moving to the opposite side. So for clarity, I'm going to face the other direction. And we're taking that left leg forward into our 90-90 now. So we have one knee down here and one knee down here. And inhaling those arms up to the sky. Exhaling down to the front. Let's open those hands. Inhaling right arm behind us. Exhaling it closed. Inhale, left arm behind us. Exhale it closed. One more. Inhale to the front. Exhale, closed. Inhale to the back. Exhale, closed. Great. Now we're moving sort of in the backwards flow of what we just did. If you'd like those blocks for moving your hips back and forth for our hamstring stretch, we can use those blocks to support us here. We've got those hips moved back and lengthening the hamstring and the calf here. And just finding your breath here. If you want to use your blocks to help support you in this position, or you can just do hands on the floor. Breathing here, sending fresh little red blood cells, carrying oxygen to all those muscles that feel tight. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Great. On the next inhale, we're just going to add some motion. So if you want to move your hands forward so you can rock back and forth, you're just finding a little bit of mobility and motion, rocking those hips, rocking on the knee. Again, if it's not comfortable, try it on a blanket. Sometimes that will help. Or just skip this part if it doesn't work for your knees. Great work. We're getting ready to move into that lunge now. So if you have the leg strength, you're going to plant this left heel down, tuck the right toes, and lift yourself up into that lunge. You're going to press that heel away from you to the far wall and just notice the back of your legs lengthening. This is another one if you want to use your blocks for. Sometimes it can add a little bit of strength and length through your arms to help reach the floor if you don't quite have the flexibility to reach all the way down here. And then once we've stretched that back leg sufficiently, we're going to take another inhale here. Exhale. And inhale those arms up to the sky. Great. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, arms forward. We're doing our last little balance challenge here. So let's inhale, right arm forward and behind us. Exhale it closed. Inhale, left arm behind us. Exhale, closed. Another inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, closed. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, closed. Great work. All right, let's take those legs together. So we're stepping them back together, just shaking them out, finding some leg motion, breathing, connecting with our breath, connecting with our mat, feeling gratitude for this time that you carved out to do your stretching today. I'm so proud of you for joining me. Let's end our practice today, inhaling arms up to the sky. Exhaling down. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, gratitude. And exhale down. Thank you so much for joining me today on Mindful Joy and Wellness. I hope that you enjoyed your wellness stretching and that you have an amazing day.